Hello, hi. If you're joining me again, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, my name is Nikita. I'm a recovering addict. I also suffer from borderline personality disorder and ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I've been talking about all these three situations that I'm facing, these issues that I'm facing, and I'm recording videos on how I manage them, what I do about them, how my family and my circle of friends and my partner kind of help out with managing it. So my previous video I spoke about ADHD, how how you can support someone who's suffering from ADHD, what you can do to make their life a little easier in managing, and really just support them as much as you can. Today, I'm going to talk about borderline personality disorder and what you can do to support someone who is suffering from BPD. So, supporting someone with the BPD can be very meaningful, deeply meaningful, to be honest with you, but also emotionally intense. It can be very difficult and tiring to support someone who has borderline personality disorder because of how the disorder presents itself. BPD often involves unstable moods, fear of abandonment, impulsivity, and challenges with identity and relationships. So it's not easy for the person who's dealing with BPD, but it's also not easy for those who are around a person who has BPD. Here's a grounded, compassionate guide on how you can truly help someone living with borderline personality disorder. So the first thing that I mentioned for ADHD, and the first thing I'm going to mention for BPD is the same, that you must educate yourself on the disorder itself. Try and understand how it presents itself, what kind of symptoms show up, what how you can guide someone on managing it and navigating it during a moment of crisis, for example. So learn about emotional dysregulation, black and white thinking, splitting, and fear of abandonment. Knowledge helps reduce frustration. So if you're aware of how it can present itself, it gets easier to not react too badly towards it, or react towards it in a way that may impact the person who's suffering from BPD. uh, Please understand, and this is an important point, that it's not manipulation. uh, what might seem dramatic or manipulative is usually an expression of deep emotional pain or fear of rejection. So people who suffer from borderline personality disorder have a grave fear of rejection, and getting rejected kind of triggers a lot of dysregulation as well. So they don't do well with rejection, and the smallest of signs of rejection may end up pushing them a little on the verge of a meltdown. So you want to be careful around that. You must clearly and calmly communicate with somebody who's suffering from BPD. Validate their feelings as well. So you can see that you can say something along the lines of, I can see that you're really hurting, if they are in an emotional pain, if they are not feeling great about life or something like that. You can help validate that what they're feeling is honest and truthful, because a lot of times people with BPD think that their mind may be fooling them into thinking a certain way, or feeling a certain way, and validating that for them helps them navigate it. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to always say that you're right in feeling the way you are, or reacting the way you are. You don't necessarily have to do that if it's not something that you agree with, but acknowledge it at least. So don't dismiss them, because that also dysregulates them quite a lot. This is a reminder. Sorry about that. My alarm went off. All right. So, acknowledging the emotion just means that you're being supportive, or you're trying to understand, you're trying to empathize with them. So you don't necessarily have to agree with them, but uh, try to find a common ground with the person who's dealing with BPD. That will help them a lot. Avoid reacting to intense emotion with intensity. So if they are feeling, for example, if someone with BPD is angry, don't respond with anger. Try and stay calm and collected, because the person who's dealing with BPD may not even realize that their anger is there, or may not realize that they've had a split in their mind until it's too late. Uh, with me, for example, my anger tends to be on the very high side. It's not very often that I get angry. I'm a very calm person, generally speaking. But when I do get angry, it's just a split that occurs, and after that split occurs, you know, God save the person who's going to face it. If my husband, for example, were to respond to me with anger, that would make me feel that my anger is not valid, or this person is not understanding me at all, and so I become anti whoever is, facing my anger. So it's a split that occurs. It's not something that I can control, but it's definitely something that can be supported or managed by the person who's, having that conversation with the BPD patient. So try to stay calm. They might spiral quickly, but grounding your energy helps de escalate. So you would be the one responsible to de escalate the situation, because the person who's splitting will not be able to control it whatsoever. Set boundaries kindly but firmly. BPD doesn't mean saying yes to everything. You definitely don't have to say yes for everything, but you can say, I care about you and I need you to step back right now. So acknowledge that, they've set they have, something, a feeling or a reaction towards something, but at the same time, let them know that this is something that is not acceptable, but mention that in a calm and collected manner. Try to be, in other words, the bigger person in this situation, and that should help de-escalate everything, and reach a point of agreement for both parties. Offer practical and emotional support. Encourage professional help, definitely. Something that I also would encourage to anyone facing such scenarios, such situations. Please, please, please get help. It's one thing to think that you've got it under control. It's a completely different thing to have everything under control. Um, DBT is one of those therapies that is especially very good for those suffering with BPD. Gently suggest therapy when they're calm and receptive. So do not do it in an environment wherein the person with BPD symptoms is upset or angry, or not ready to listen, or has had a split episode. Offer them this advice when they're calm and collected. Support coping tools, help them access tools like journaling, grounding exercises, mindfulness, meditation. There are a lot of apps available online that you can download to help you. You can also, do something, for example, advice on ASMR as well. That's something that I personally do. I listen to a lot of ASMR, and that helps me a lot in remaining calm. Help during crisis without fueling them. If they self harm or threaten suicide, take it seriously. Call a professional or emergency line if necessary. Don't punish or shame them. This is something that I want to say used to occur in my life when I was quite young, where I would self harm and have a tendency to want to commit suicide. At that time, I wasn't really open with what I was facing, and I would do all this, in a hidden environment where nobody would get to know that, this is what I was doing. So I didn't have the kind of support. But if someone is threatening to do something like this, please do not take it lightly. Do not brush it off as dramatic reactions. Do not punish them for it or say harmful things in return, like shaming them, for example. Try and be someone who is offering support, and that should kind of again help de-escalate the situation, and create a safe environment for them to be able to be themselves. Be consistent. BPD often comes with a deep fear of people leaving or changing. Be steady in your words and actions where possible. This especially is something that I've dealt with, wherein I've needed continuous reassurance, especially from my husband, that he's not going to leave me or he's not going to abandon me, because like we mentioned earlier in a previous video, BPD stems from a lot of childhood trauma, and it kind of creates a fear of abandonment for the person who's dealing with BPD. So it's very important that you're reassuring in every way possible that you do love them and you do care about them, and you'll not leave them, you'll not judge them, you'll not shame them. These are important factors for someone who's dealing with BPD. And it could be small reassurances also, like just saying, for example, the things that my husband does is before he leaves for work, he'll kiss me and he'll hug me and say goodbye. And then when he'll be back, he'll hug me again and say I love you and all of that. We continuously throughout the day hug and kiss each other, just to get myself to feel a little calm and relaxed about it. So that helps a lot. Other reassurances could be telling the person that they're doing fine, they're doing well, they're managing things all right, and all of that. Just appreciation in any form is required. Don't walk on eggshells. So avoid being overly cautious or dishonest to avoid upsetting them. Respect builds trust. So yeah, you don't have to walk around eggshells. It's not like they're going to have an episode every time, a split episode especially. It's not going to happen every time. So you don't need to walk on eggshells around them, but you definitely need to be supportive and truthful, especially because people with BPD, one of the things that they can do is they can tell when someone's lying. They can tell the negative emotions that others are feeling. It's very easy to identify them for the person who's dealing with BPD. So for example, if my husband is worried about something, I'll immediately be able to tell that he's worried. If he's angry about something, I'll be able to identify that he's angry without him having to so much as tell me that he's angry or he's upset or he's worried. So negative emotions is something we can easily pick on, because this is something that we had to do as a child in order to keep our environment safe for ourselves. So we were able to pick on these things when we were very young. Sorry about that. That was another reminder. Yes. Like I was mentioning, very easy to pick on these things for someone who's suffering from BPD. This is how we kept ourselves safe as a child. Identifying any negative emotion or outburst that would occur before it happens became a survival tactic for us. So it's the the more honest you are about how you're feeling or how you're dealing with things or what's going on in your life, the better it is for someone who's dealing with BPD. Don't lie to us, don't walk on eggshells, just be truthful, and just try and support us as much as possible. Celebrate stability, acknowledge progress. Something that I mentioned in my previous video also, small wins are still wins. You must acknowledge them, you must celebrate them at every moment. Every milestone is important. And it's important to also call it out to the person. Seek support for yourself as well. So if you're having to support someone with BPD, chances are that that will affect your mental health also. So you must get help for yourself if required, professional help, that is. So my husband also sees a therapist, bi-monthly, and or anytime that he feels that he's getting to a point wherein he's not able to manage things, he will seek advice from professionals. Remember, you're not their therapist, so uh, you can care deeply and still have limits. Love and boundaries can coexist. So yeah, don't try to fix them. It's not your responsibility, it's not your job. It's best for someone who's dealing with BPD to learn how to manage themselves, and because that is part of the growth. And with that, you should also learn when to step back. So if it's damaging your mental health, it's okay to love someone from a distance, or with new boundaries in place. So if you feel that it's getting to a point wherein you're not able to manage things, definitely take a step back, definitely have boundaries, definitely have rules for yourself that you wouldn't let anyone cross. um, Words that can help, things that you can say to the person who's dealing with BPD, that can make them feel safe and heard or seen. You matter to me. I'm not leaving, but I can't engage in this argument right now. So a lot of times when my husband and I have an argument or disagreement of any kind, we often do step away from each other without feeling that the other person's going to leave or something. But we do step back from each other when we're not able to resolve it on our own, and then we schedule it for a different time wherein we are more calm and collected and can have a fruitful conversation. So that's the steps that we take. Definitely try and do that or include that in your life, even if you're not dealing with BPD. Anytime an argument gets to the point where there's no solution in sight, it helps to step back a little bit, get some space, get some air, and maybe come back to it when you feel better. That way you're more receptive to wanting to understand the other person, and hearing them out. So definitely try and include that in your life. Let's get through this together. Reassurance again helps a lot. Your emotions are valid and I want to understand. So this is something that can really change the direction in which a conversation is heading. Just telling the other person that you want to try and understand how they feel will make them feel understood. So try and include these positive messages in your conversations with somebody who's dealing with BPD. But also, if generally you're having difficulty with your partner or your spouse, yeah, so that's about it. Like I mentioned, rejection sensitivity is one of the primary things that someone with BPD faces, wherein we can identify emotions, negative emotions, before they occur. So you want to be mindful of that as much as possible, and just be honest. They will respect your boundary, they will respect your space, and all of that. But remember that this is a survival tactic that they built, just because their childhood was not that great. So so yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about. If you're supporting someone with the BPD, I just want to let you know that you're doing a good job, and just keep at it. Things will get better. They're bound to. I did write a poem as well, uh, uh, for today. Today is day 16 of trying to love something. So I did write a short poem that I want to read out to you, and hopefully you enjoy it. So, day 16 of trying to love something. Today is a slow day, not lazy, just unhurried. In like the world agreed to hold its breath and let me be. I slept in, not out of sadness, but because the bed was kind and my body for once was not at war with the rest. There's a kind of calm circling me like a quiet tide, not crashing, just whispering, "You're safe now." No battles in my mind, no echoes of do more or be better, just this fragile moment of stillness, a peace I've never quite known but deeply welcome. Maybe love isn't always loud. Maybe today love is the silence that finally doesn't get hurt. Um, yeah. So today I'm feeling a little slow, but I'm content with it, and I think that's important. I feel at peace. I feel relaxed. Maybe because I'm getting a lot of things out of my mind that I've been dealing with for a very long time, and it's helped. It's also helped that you guys have shown me so much love, and have shown me so much. Um, mm, just I've just felt very cared for. I felt very, you know, protected in the last few weeks, and it's meant a lot to me that you guys have done that for me. um, I felt loved, I felt cared for, I felt protected, and it's all because of your messages and your comments and your likes and all that. And I'm not going to have my feelings validated by the number of people who are watching me, or the number of people who are reaching out, but it means a lot that people I know personally have reached out to me, and they're giving me advice. They're telling me that I'm doing well. They're telling me, all good things, that all supportive things that have really helped me get through all this. So I'm really glad that you followed along, and if you want to keep watching, you're welcome to. I'm going to keep making videos and keep talking about what's on my mind. Hopefully I'll get to a stage wherein it just feels like love, and that's all I really want. So thank you for joining me, and please do all those beautiful things that YouTube allows you to do: like, comment, share, subscribe. Also the beautiful things that Instagram allows you to do as well. So that's about it. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.